It's a good day for Trump's base, National emergency
So I
for the
see.
border wall. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's been quite a day for him, and for all of us, to be honest.
It's been quite 2 years, I would say. Quite a 2 years. So, we heard today, February 14th, Donald Trump is declaring a national emergency to get funding for his border wall. He's going to be diverting billions of dollars from other federal programs, as we saw on, CBS or something like that?
CBS, yeah, we watched a video on CBS about this.
Dude, I don't even really know where to begin. There was so much on it. First of all, there's already a few miles of border through whatever parts of California, Texas, Arizona that could be there. But I just got to start off, I guess, with he said something along the lines of, "Oh, there's invasions of drugs and criminals." Well, that is the biggest deal with the border wall and illegal immigrants, and
that was his whole reason. Because when you declare a national emergency, you kind of need to have a reason to do that, right? You can't just do it for fun.
I don't know. I don't know about that. The way that it's
been working out, who the hell knows?
Well, I mean, ever since national emergencies were put into U.S. law, I'll look that up for you guys later and show you right now. But ever since that was put in at whatever time I'll show you, it's really never been regulated properly. So you could use a lot of the times I've seen national emergencies been used. It's for war. It's
right.
Oh, we're going to get attacked by these communists,
like
so we need to do it.
They're doing it for a reason, even if it's a crappy reason. It's still reason, right? They can't just say, "Oh,
well, you have a reason to do anything. You have a reason to commit murder. It could be the stupidest, most loathsome."
But anyway, so his reason for the national emergency was, like you said, because there has been an invasion of drug traffickers.
Yeah.
And
drug traffickers, coyotes,
and human trafficking, whatever it is. Basically,
I can't think beyond that. Human trafficking and drug trafficking. What else would Latin Americans like to make money off of us illegally in this country? I'm sure you guys will let us know.
To be honest, but
but no, seriously, I wanted to start with that because coyotes, that's illegal immigration. When it comes to specifically illegal immigration, we can have a talk about that in a minute. But let me get to the easiest part, drugs. If you really want to eliminate this drug epidemic with the cartels pouring these dangerous, not just mota, which means weed in Spanish for all those non-Hispanics out there, they're not just pouring mota into the country. They're pouring cocaine, heroin, crack, anything that they can because it's a whole drug market. If you want to end all of that, the first thing you could do is legalize, tax, and regulate drugs. And I don't mean, it's okay, kids, to do crack cocaine. No one's saying that. We're just saying we're making it better here for you to do those drugs instead of making it worse and making it an illegal market. And the best example anybody has for that is the prohibition back in the 1920s with alcohol. It was the stupidest decision made about drugs ever since the war on drugs.
We all go over that in U.S. history class. I remember going over that, and I think more people were actually drinking
they were
prohibition than in normal times.
When you calculate for the different population percentage from now and then, they definitely were drinking more, because when you make something illegal, you give more of an incentive to do it, and it's sad, but it's the truth.
Because people are gonna pay more for it because you can't get it.
Yeah, and normally. They're like, "Oh, this is illegal. Why is this illegal?" And then they try it, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is the shit." And it's probably someone who, if it was legal, would have tried it with a bunch of friends that are cool, and then got over it. Well, I'm one of those people. I know a lot of people who have done drugs, and they're perfectly fine. They have good jobs now. They're doing good. And then I know a few people that have fucked their lives up. It's going to happen. This is not a perfect world. You can't believe in perfectionism, in my opinion. But at the end of the day,
the point being is that basically it doesn't matter if you declare certain drugs illegal, they're still going to be here. and they're just going to be in the black market.
Oh, exactly. Yes, that's the entire point. Is you can make these drugs illegal, but they're still going to be here no matter what, because people are going to always want them. But we we move on from the drugs and criminal part, because we can talk about illegal immigration, but at the end of the day, illegal immigration is illegal. How you handle it is more of a social issue, more of your own moral issue. Illegal immigrants do cause us money. You can't say it doesn't. But do I think it's even the top 10 biggest issues that affect our our country right now? Absolutely not. Donald Trump also brought up. So, this guy's so funny. He's like bringing up how he knows he's gonna get sued. But says, well, hopefully he doesn't get sued, but it might get sued, but it's not going to get sued.
He says that he shouldn't get sued, but he's probably going to get sued.
Yeah, thank you. It's dude, if you think that, if that is even a thought that comes into your brain about any policy substance, what you're doing in any politic point at all, government, governor, Senate, House, president, I don't care, federal, state, if that ever pops up in your mind, maybe, just maybe, you're doing it wrong. Just saying, maybe you're doing it wrong. If you have to think that, a bunch of people are going to have a backlash about this, and maybe they'll do legal suits.
Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe. It's not about the border, in my opinion, against it. It's just, if you know it's not going to work out perfectly, it's not going to work out good, and it might just crumble to the ground, I don't know why you wouldn't just not do it.
Yeah. So the California governor, among a lot of other people probably as well, is suing him for...
Of course he is.
For this national emergency. And, yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think it's going to go through?
No, there's so many legal discrepancies against it.
There's a lot of factors, to be honest. I don't think we can really say anything
about it. One of the
right
biggest
now.
issues with the border wall is that it runs into people's private property, and this is kind of like an issue that we should look into. It's not the biggest issue that the government should be facing, but it's something that we should just deal with and get it over with. But we have people who are Americans that own property in 2 different countries that just live right near the south end of the country, right next to the border, and so they have territory in Mexico and California or Arizona, whatever.
Right. How are they going to deal with this?
It's actually hard on them, because I saw on Vice News...
have a steel wall going right through there.
Dude, that's it. That's what they want to do. Exactly, and that's fucked up, because I was going to just say they want to do a steel wall through people's property, but there's a farmer, I don't remember which state, I'll look it up right now, but and show it when we do some editing, but there's a state where there's a farmer, and he has cows that graze in Mexico, and then they come back to the barn in America. Well, how what? You're going to have a fucking door in the middle of your fucking wall?
For the cows to go in and out?
Exactly.
Sure.
And I was just watching something where I not only saw something on Kyle Klinsky maybe a month ago where they're just jumping the border wall with a fucking ladder and rope, but there are parts of the border wall that aren't even finished. And when we're constructing it, they can just go around the unfinished parts. It's miles and miles and miles.
I really
of
think
land.
It has to be a lot more than just a wall if you actually want to keep people out. Like
a
wall, and plus a lot of personnel to go with it, a lot of really high tech technology and stuff. Because if you just to build a wall,
it's not enough.
That's definitely not enough.
Like I honestly feel that people wouldn't be as upset. Left people wouldn't be as upset, Democrats wouldn't be as upset if their narrative was, overall, we need good border funding. So we need to make sure Customs and Borders is not only up to date, but in the future. And also we need good security, driving constantly down the hundreds of miles of fucking land in that's our border. If they added everything that actually comes to border security, most people would have less of an issue. And I hate this thing where they say, people in Fox News and Donald Trump, the left, oh my God, they just want open borders and crime.
Whenever they say...
Who the fuck said that?
Whenever they say the left, like, they always kind of picture them as, like, just this...
Socialist.
This shithole
Socialist.
Of just complete
degenerates.
With socialism.
With socialism. This whole of degenerates with socialism. And they do. And we're going to cover this in another episode about Venezuela. But it's the same thing. They bring up something and it's like, oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to scour the internet and look for one decent outlet of any left-leaning person that said Venezuela is the ticket. You know, I know we like have a budget over $1 trillion and it's almost equal to the European Union, but we should do the fucking same as Venezuela. You know, a country that it's a piece of shit. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever say that.
Nobody in their right mind would say that. And that's the key word, nobody in their right mind. Somebody might say it, but obviously they're not smart or in their own right mind to be talking about politics. Because politics affects everybody. Everybody!
So, give us the little rundown of where he's going to get those funds from.
So, we got some rough estimates here from CBS. 234 steel wall barriers, 234 miles of steel wall barriers. Sorry, guys. Mm-hmm. Again, it comes up to the point of people's property. It's different lands. There's hills. There's lakes. Whatever, not lakes, but waterways. Whatever. $1.4 billion for border barriers. Coming from, and to answer your question, $600 million from the Treasury Department, $2.5 billion, I believe it was, from the Pentagon, that was originally supposed to go for
drug trafficking.
So the whole crux, well, the half of the crux was drugs, and you're going to take funding that was already for drugs for a fucking wall.
Ironic.
If I agree with that one congressman, I'll look it up for you guys and show it right now, later. There's this congressman who called the wall medieval. It really is medieval. We built walls when we didn't even know that the Earth was a fucking planet. If you are a human being and in the 21st century and you can't either dig under the wall, climb over the wall, or fly over the wall, stop whatever the fuck you're doing and get a regular fucking job.
See, that's what I said when I meant that a wall isn't going to be enough, because you need some high technology, like radar sensoring, whatever.
Well, yeah, you're going to need like cameras all along the fucking border, heat signatures, which they already have some, and some cameras.
Yeah, but they would need to put that in all the steel wall that they're putting in.
That would be an extraordinary amount. They would have to do it with the amount that the camera could see, you know.
Right,
which could
is
be
what I'm. Which, like, if you add this all up, it makes sense that it's gonna cost so much to build. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of money, even for just 1 mile.
And the question is the money worth what is spending the money on the wall worth it? Because are we losing that much money? Are we losing that much money to be spending this much on a wall? And is the wall effective enough? And the answer is...
it worth the sacrifice?
Is it? And the answer is no, the wall is not effective enough. Is the sacrifice worth it? No. And financially, do we have better things to do with the little money that we have already spent on nothing? No. I mean, most of our money goes towards a bunch of bullshit anyways. So maybe we could cut it out on the bullshit. And not to mention he did the Trump tax cuts. So why would you add to the deficit? I mean, the national emergency wouldn't, but still.
Congress approved $1.4 billion.
Which is still a lot.
Which is already a lot of money. But like he literally said, "But I'm not happy with it."
He did, yeah.
But
he
I'm
said,
not
"I
happy
want
with
$5 billion."
No, he said he wanted $8 billion
Did he?
in total.
I'll look that up for you
It was
guys,
$8
and
billion
you can see
in
on
total,
the screen
I'm
right
pretty
now.
sure. But if I'm wrong, then yeah, and he'll just be showing.
I'm pretty sure it was still anywhere in between $5 to $8 billion. And knowing Trump, he could have said
But
both.
that's still a lot.
Yeah, it is.
You know, to be honest, like, what kind of wall are you trying to build here? You know?
Again, I'm with very good, up-to-date, futuristic border security, but a wall is not futuristic. And if you guys disagree with us...
A wall is... It doesn't solve anything anymore.
It doesn't. It's
like
medieval. It doesn't solve anything anymore. It
physical
doesn't.
barriers these days don't really count for much anymore.
People, I know the one argument is, oh, well, your house, Obama, Hillary, they all have walls. Why can't we have a wall across our country? Okay. Let me just state a little bit of your fuckery right now. The first thing that's not even as important would be, then why don't we have a wall against Canada? Oh, wait, that sounds ridiculous to have a wall against white Canadians that really do nothing wrong. They're not poor. They're not with drug problems and cartels.
There's less Canadians than there are people in
Latin America.
The entirety of California.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking look that up. Are you fucking serious?
I'm sure. I'm certain of it. I'm pretty certain of it. There are less people living in Canada than there are in all of California.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up later, and I'm gonna correct us on that, because that's fucking crazy. But anyways, guys, the point is, Trump declared a national emergency. It was about time. If anybody knows anything about politics, you knew this was coming. And some of you who look through us and think, you guys are just fucking amateurs. You knew this was coming. You knew this was happening, and we're just reporting on it. And we only gave tidbits of the information, really. Like, it was a whole, 50 minutes of him talking about this. But he was really... Because you know Trump, he pinpoints from random subjects back to what the reality of the situation is. And so yes, we're going to now have a national emergency for the border wall. We're going to have lawsuits against it, and we're going to see what happens. Yeah, we're going to see how it goes.
It's really all unfolding in a very interesting manner.
It's been unfolding since 2016, honestly, ever since the 2016 elections.
Yeah, but now it's just starting to actually go. And wait, before we stop, the population of Canada is 36.7 million. Population of California is 39.5 million.
Dude,
yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I remember I heard this fact and I was like, there's no way. And then I looked it up.
Canada's not even the size of the, half of our population. And I'm talking the United States.
No, it's not even, no, not even close.
I love you Canadians. You guys are cool. You knew what to do with weed, but, dude, repopulate some more. Holy shit.
Huge, dude.
Holy shit. Alright, guys, you know what to do. Look that shit up. Call your politicians, bitch about this, call this shit out, get on Twitter, get on Facebook, get on Instagram. This is a bunch of bullshit. We shouldn't be wasting money on a national emergency for a border wall. We got people who don't have insurance for healthcare. We got people who are dying for no reason at all. We got people locked up in prison for small drug offenses. If you really want to do work, a border wall is not to start.